Hello world, you're watching 80s Music Twin Ranked. I'm Joel.
I'm Chris.
and, and we'll be right back. Alright, hello world again. This is my actual twin, Chris. You're watching 80s Music Twin Ranked. Today's artist is Elton John. And the reason we're doing Elton John is not because it's next on our ranking, but it's on his top 10 list of the artists.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. When you asked me to do the list, I wasn't exactly doing it where my favorites. Sometimes I was just doing it how big they were, so that's kind of how you use it there.
Yeah, I know. I know they've got a lot of hits. If you look at the board behind us, you'll see down at the bottom I show he's got by far the most amount of studio albums of an artist we've done so far.
Yeah, more than Rolling Stones.
And with the ones with songs you gave me after the fact, we had to take over 60 songs to rank just to get our top 10.
Right? Did those 4 songs do anything?
They did. Believe it or not, they did.
Okay.
And so this guy is a very polarizing artist, just between you and me.
Right.
I was not gonna. It'd be my Duran. Okay, I wasn't gonna include him in the top 50 either. You say I bullied him. So technically, Van Halen is our artist number 10, not Duran because I bullied him into putting him at 26. But I have Elton John listed at 73.
Okay.
I have him way down the charts. As a matter of fact, Rolling Stones I put higher.
Yeah.
But because you have Rolling Stones way down, obviously, in combined, they're not even close.
Yeah, and didn't he go on tour with Billy Joel?
Billy Joel.
There were 2 piano players. And
and
those tickets were expensive too.
that would have actually been a cool concert.
Yeah.
But then not because I liked Elton John, but because I liked Billy Joel. And you would have had a mix of 2 people's hits.
Yeah.
Obviously. But when
Like
you look
dueling pianos.
when you go through his history, now we're not going through every album, obviously, because I don't have that. I don't want to keep.
There's too many albums
doing
to
these
list.
30 albums. He has a lot of mediocre stuff out there.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, we go through making fun of iconic songs. This is an iconic artist. He has a ton of iconic songs, but in between, he has a lot of stuff never heard of, maybe.
Yeah.
Or they were on the charts and I'm like, what was that?
Yeah, like his first hit was Your Song.
But
that was the only hit on that album. And then there was like 4 albums later is when he had his next hits.
Something like that.
Yeah, so he's had a lot of albums without hits.
I was amazed to find Tiny Dancer wasn't even in the top 40.
Yeah, and he's had a lot. I mean, what was his, what was an album of his that had the most hits? And how many hits was it? You know what I'm saying? I would say
probably
maybe 3.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road had 4.
Okay, so.
It did have 4.
And that was probably.
But even looking at those things, I'm like, I don't like most of them. I mean, Crocodile Rock was his first #1 hit. Imagine that being your first #1 hit. Where you going, la 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 la.
Yeah.
And we remember seeing that song.
Yeah, on the Muppets.
On the Muppets. The Muppets was big in the 70s. That's when it came out.
Yeah,
and he actually played the song with the puppet crocodiles. Did he get
I thought he fell into the water and supposedly he got choked. But then, right immediately after, they showed him, they had the backstage where he showed him. And I don't know if the crocodiles were chasing him.
Okay, gotcha. So that's the first time I think we probably remember hearing.
Probably.
But Goodbye Yellow Brick Road
on the radio.
They used to give out
45s.
45s that you play on the record player, and our sister apparently had that song.
Yeah.
I don't know what the B-side was.
Yeah, we had a plastic radio player. Remember that one?
Yeah, we had a lot of songs we listened to that. Chicken soup.
Ring my bell, I remember.
Stupid songs.
Funky Town, I remember that.
Yeah. So, anyway, we're not going to list everything, but I will show you. We're saying this 80s music twin rank. His best decade, obviously, was the 70s.
Yeah.
Because he had 6 #1 hits, 16 songs in the top 10, let alone going further with that. I didn't count everything. In that book I got, he took almost 3 pages worth of hits.
Okay.
But you come to the 80s, he did not have a #1 hit in the 80s. Imagine that. Even though MTV comes out, I don't know, maybe MTV, he was one of the first where it didn't help him. Although I'm Still Standing.
Yeah, I'm
was a
Still
good
Standing
thing.
was like supposed to be a comeback song.
Yeah. And then Phil Collins imitated it on that song, Don't Lose
Don't
Your
lose my
Number.
number, yeah.
Yeah. But his during the 80s, his biggest hit, ranking-wise, was a #2. It was I Don't Want to Go On With You Like That. That was all the way up to #2. Then come to the 90s, he actually had 2 #1s, and I believe...
They're both the Lion King, probably.
No.
No, okay.
One of them was the remake of a song he made in the 70s with George Michael, Don't Let the Sun Go Down
okay.
on Me. And then...
That's not even his first. That's not the only song he's done with George Michael. He did Act of War.
Oh, I don't remember that song.
He did another one with George Michael.
Something About the Way You Look Tonight was his other #1. I was
Okay.
mistaken about that. Someone Saved My Life Tonight. He did not redo that. He redid Candle in the Wind. Candle in the Wind stayed at #1 for 14 weeks. That was after Princess died.
Yeah, you got to change.
So that was a
obviously.
big thing, obviously.
That was probably his most sold single.
Yeah.
After that.
So he's got a lot of hits. Very polarizing, like I said.
And the biggest thing people know about him is when he's doing live concerts, he's very flamboyant in his costumes.
Yes. Okay, so let's go there. So he's flamboyant. Okay, and he's very flamboyant in this first thing. So he has 4 famous, I'm going to say they're famous. To me, they're famous. 4 movie ties. Let's see if you can get them.
Oh, you're gonna. I know he was in Tommy.
That was the first time
He played the Pinball Wizard.
His first credit, the Who song, Pinball Wizard.
Sang Pinball
He sang
Wizard.
it in that.
He played Captain Fantastic, which I know that's
Is
his
that
name.
is that his name from the movie?
I think it is because
He wore
my wife's
those-
grandmother had the pinball machine with Captain
And
Fantastic.
he had those shoes that were like
Platform shoes
5
that were huge,
feet
yeah.
tall.
Yeah, so while Tommy was playing and playing the pinball machine.
Right, so there's one movie time.
Okay, he did the Lion King.
The Lion King,
soundtrack
correct?
With Tim Rice.
He did the whole thing at Tim Rice
Yes.
and that Bernie Taupin. Those are his 2 biggest collaborations when it comes to writing songs.
Yeah, and of course, and the next movie I didn't see, but I heard he also did the songs from Billy Elliot.
Really?
I didn't
didn't think of that.
I heard
No.
he did Billy Elliot.
No,
Or Red.
I had to keep rewatching The Lion King to start liking it. That was biggest selling Disney album or a Disney animated movie. I did not care for it.
Now, the scene I always liked was when they
Well, the
scare
one-
the antelope to come down the hill and they zoom in on Simba.
Okay.
When they zoom in on him and he's like shocked that they're coming at him. That was I was like, wow, how do you do that with animation?
I like the part where Pumbaa and Timba eat the bugs and like slimy but satisfying.
Yeah. Okay. So
Alright, next one is there's another animated movie. He actually narrates.
oh, I didn't know this.
Yes, and I actually like this movie better than The Lion King.
Okay.
It's not a famous movie, but it's up there. It was The Road to El Dorado.
Well, I was gonna say El Dorado.
Have you ever seen that movie?
I've seen it once.
I like it's more adult movie. Lion King has a death, so maybe it's an adult movie too. Alright, so he's actually the narrator of
Okay.
that. And then the last one,
He was in a couple of years ago the Kingsman Gold Circle.
he was.
Golden Circle.
I actually
He
will
played
not-
himself.
I know. And he's got a ton of parts where he plays himself. I discount any part where you're in a movie but you play yourself.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not including that. Now this last one, it's actually not him in it. It's about him.
Oh, Rocket Man.
Rocket
Man
just came out,
Yeah.
and believe it.
It's supposed to be his life story. It's fantasy. 'cause
And the
it's
guy
not
the guy who plays him.
It was the main guy. in
Kingsman.
Kingsman, right, yeah.
So there's your movie ties for Elton John. There's a whole slew of other things, but again, you walking in as yourself. That's not a movie role. That's you.
Yeah,
just-
and I like the first movie better than the second one, and he wasn't
Yes.
in the first movie.
I have not seen the second Kingsman yet.
Yeah, you might not. You can
I'm better off not seeing
Yeah.
it. Okay. So the first one was different, especially when you got a whole big killing inside a church.
Oh yeah,
That's probably
best
what
scene of the
stands out.
best scene of the movie too.
Okay, so let's go back to polarizing for Elton John. Okay, so I'm dropping him way down the charts. I mean, I'm not discounting the fact he has a lot of hits out there, but when it comes to favorites, I ranked again. I took 10 songs, and so I had to figure out what my 10 favorite of Elton John were. So I'm listening, and then I compare everybody else's. So my way of ranking was, if both of these songs, of all songs, were on the radio, which one am I turning to? And Elton John is getting beat by a whole boatload of people
Okay, gotcha.
10 times. So that's
Yeah.
why he's down the charts.
Yeah.
So here's the story. So I got married. I even had, I think I had one or two, I can't remember if I had two by this time. So I read something from the library. Greatest hits of Elton John. And wouldn't you know, this stinking thing comes in this humongous box.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And
Was it cassettes?
Yeah. I think it was CDs at the time.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's there, it's ready for me. Okay, normally I go pick it up after work. But because of the specific things I had to do and the timing to pick it up, my wife is with me. Go to the counter to check out. I didn't actually know it was there. We just went to the library for something else. Go up to the thing and they bring it. Here's Elton John's greatest hits, and I am so embarrassed. I'm like, I didn't get that. And I wouldn't let her know that I had put that on.
She knows now.
See, she knows. Well, she knows, yeah. So,
Unless she doesn't watch these.
yeah, she might not. So I was too embarrassed to even say I actually wanted to hear all his hits.
Okay, Weird Al. We did our movie stuff, so the Weird Al thing is next. And he, as far as I could find, was Elton John had a song called Hercules.
I never heard it.
Yeah, I had to listen to it to see if it sounded similar to Weird. It says Weird Al did a song called Cable TV that's in the style of.
I
the song
listened to
Hercules.
cable TV yesterday, and I don't know. It didn't sound
Why
like
did
an
you
Elton.
did you look it up? Is
Yes,
that why you looked?
yes.
Okay.
I didn't hear
It was similar. It didn't. It wasn't an exact parody. It said in the style of. It didn't say. So, but I also saw Weird Al. There's a couple songs that he does live that are Elton John songs.
Yeah.
He asked the audience for requests.
Okay.
I'm like, dang, is Weird Al that good and his band that good that no matter what the audience said, or did they have?
Probably.
They already knew what they were about to play, and they just said, "Oh, somebody said Elton John." And like, we didn't hear that. We didn't hear that.
I watched Weird Al DVD of him in concert live. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know
Well,
how
I read
I
some-
don't know how he remembers.
So
the
it doesn't
lyrics.
sound like you read some of the things I read.
Okay.
Elton John, from what I know, is the reason he started playing the accordion.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just guessing, because he was little. It's got to be Crocodile Rock, because if you let that sounds like an accordion. So he could have taken up other instruments.
Well, like if he knows how to play accordion, I wonder if Weird Al knows how to play piano because it's similar. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. So
He probably knows how to play a bunch of instruments.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's about it for the Weird Al
time,
connection.
Yeah. He didn't do any other songs.
Yeah. So, anyways, 30 albums. That I couldn't tell you the titles or not.
And that to
There are
me-
like 5 titles that I could come up, like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Madman Across the Water, Made in England,
the one.
the one, Too Low for Zero, I think was I Still
And
Can't.
to me, that's a biggie. That's
You don't know the titles of the albums?
No, but I'm just telling you. Look at the artists we ranked in our top 10.
Well, Def Leppard. 3 big albums, or 4.
I know,
4 big albums.
I know, but even with as big as their albums are, there is a defining album amongst them. Look at the artists we've looked at. Huey Lewis got defined with sports. No Jacket Required propelled Phil Collins up there. When it comes to REO, we both agree, Wheels are Turning, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got Reckless
But you
for
can
Bryan
name
Adams.
other of the albums. High
You
Fidelity.
can, but they've each got one that stands out. Elton John, does he have a standout one?
Greatest hits.
Everybody has that.
Redheads Part 2.
The Lion King. Oh, that's a movie.
Yeah, the soundtrack to Lion King. Yeah,
But that's the reason I don't have him very high.
yeah.
So.
But
Yeah. Anyway, so since we don't have much else to say historically wise,
yeah, not
unless we mention the songs, we're going to the top 10.
yeah.
Top 10.
Top 10.
Okay, so
Honorable mentions.
I already mentioned polarizing. So here some new things with our top 10 list. Okay, 3 of yours don't make it. 3 of mine don't make it. We are polarized on some of these.
Yeah. So you just quickly mentioned. We don't have to take too long. Just
Now this is the first time both of us agree, not only for the number 1 song, but also the number 2 song.
okay.
So our top, and then you also got number 3 right.
Alright.
But this is the first time we're going to have a top 10 list where one of the songs, neither of us put it in a top 10. That's not happened yet this time. Every other singer or artist,
Right. I got
at
you.
least one of us had it in a top 10 list.
Yeah.
Not this time. Okay, so honorable mention. Now, going over, combining the numbers, the very next song that didn't make it was Believe from Made in England, which is surprising. I actually like Blessed more than Believe.
Right.
Yeah, but Believe.
I like them pretty even. I think the numbers are right next to each other. Whatever I put down there.
Yeah, they're close. They are close. Okay, so I'll go back and forth. Okay, so both of our number 4s didn't make it. My number 4 was Club at the End of the Street. It's a pretty snappy song from, which one is it from? It's toward the end of the 80s. Last song before the 90s started.
See, I couldn't tell you what the album name is.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't either. Actually, I wrote it down. No, I didn't. Thought I wrote it down. All right. Breaking. It's not Breaking Hearts. Here we go. Oh my, this stuff. It's from. Is it? No, I guess it is in the 90s.
Doesn't matter. Alright, you said I mentioned go quickly.
Oh, yeah. We're not sleeping with the past.
Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know. All right. Your number 4 didn't make it, and that was Benny at the Jets. Okay. How you got that up to number 4? Honestly, we're polarizing. When that song comes on the radio, I turn it off or quickly.
Nah.
I absolutely hate that song.
Oh,
I had that near the bottom. It would be how that even.
No, I'm the opposite. It comes on, I'm like, oh, I like this one. I'm just turning it.
Yeah.
Dude, I like the piano.
And that was a number
the note
one.
at the
That was
beginning.
one of his number 1 hits. That year, he had 2 number 1 hits. That Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, the remake of Beatles. That was the same year that. Okay, my next one. Who Wears These
She has
Shoes?
electric boots too.
Number 7 for me was Who Wears These Shoes. That
All right.
didn't make it. You
Okay.
didn't like that. And your number 5, Honky Cat.
Have you heard Honky Cat?
Yes,
like
I
it,
heard
yeah.
that Honky Cat.
Yeah.
That's on the same album with Daniel. You didn't have Daniel on
Nah,
that.
Daniel's Honky Cat's not cool.
Yeah, and that reminds me. I mean, he's got a lot of songs that talk about specific people. Nikita, Chloe, Daniel, Little Genie, Tiny Dancer, Rocket Man. No, he's got a lot of friends, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so that was your number 5. So your 4, 5, and 6 didn't make it.
I thought it was Tony Danza.
So your number 6 was Love Lies Bleeding. So
Alright.
those
Yeah.
3 of yours didn't make it. My last one at 10, almost my favorite song pre-1980s was Leave On. But my number 1 is actually the one I like the best in that group. Did make the choice.
Yeah, Leave On. Christian song, talks about Jesus, I think.
It does talk about Jesus. I like the song.
Got
The
it.
line about balloons is what I like. Okay, getting to the top 10. Number 10. This was off of the 1. You rank this at number 10. I have this down to 18. That's how polarizing. And it is the title song, The
The
One.
One, okay.
Yes. Next up, the only song that made it from The Lion King. Obviously, we like this one better than the other one. You have it 11. I have it 16. It's The Circle of Life.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The oldest song on
Because
that list.
Can You Feel the Love Tonight? It's a love song, and as you people know, we never have
Love songs
those
on our
top
charts.
10.
Slow. Yes. I mean, number 8. I have at 8. You have at 16, and that's Saturday Night's
All right.
All Right for Fighting, and you know.
No, it's just Saturday Night's All Right. For Fighting is.
Oh, is in parentheses.
It's sung half of the time.
I thought I saw it in the title actually on Wikipedia, and you noted to me.
You know what? Maybe it is in the title.
Yes, and you said Weird Al did it on the request thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Live.
All right, and that was from the that was from Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. That's the best song I think from Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. But you would disagree probably because you have Benny and the Jets, and that's from the same album.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, I think so. Let's see. Next one up, 7 from Healing Hands is Sacrifice. I have this at number 9. You have it at 13. And then one up from that, I have it 12. You have it 8. Runaway Train from The One. So our second song from The One.
Yeah, and that's a duet with
Eric Clapton. And I'm not sure I would rank that high unless he was with Elton John. He has a lot of songs with duets, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's had George Michael, Eric Clapton. He just did Dua Lipa, you said.
Kiki or Dee Dee or whatever her name is.
Kiki D.
Oh, Kiki D. Yeah, and various others that we probably won't even mention.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So
I'm sure Don't Go Breaking My Heart is not on our top.
Those are the 5 songs that were polarizing, and the Circle of Life was the one song neither one of us had in the top 10 that made our list.
Okay.
So that's the only time it's happened. Okay, number 5 from Bleeding Hearts or something, whatever it's called. Sad Songs Say So Much. I have this at number 5. You have it at number 9. So these last 5 we did both rank on the top 10. Okay. Next 2 are from the same album. Number 4, we have I'm Still Standing. I have this at number 3, and you have this at number 7. All right, and let's see. Next one is the one that gets played on the radio all the time. Play another one, please.
I guess that's what they call it.
Yes, you have it at
the one I hear, yeah.
So you got the top 3 right. We're on number 3. I guess you ranked this as 3. I ranked it at 6. Let's see, number 2 from Reg Strikes Back. I Don't Want to Go On With You Like That. Both of us have it at number 2.
Yeah, it's a cool song.
And
it's the drums. That's why.
Right.
Or is it Snapping Fingers?
Yeah. And then number 1, we both agree on. Again, for the third, I believe it's the third time. So we had, and this is the first time it's not a movie song. So it's The Simple Life. And I just got this CD from the library. This song is over 6 minutes long.
Oh, and it has a harmonica.
Harmonica. I love the harmonica part. It reminds me of If I Ever Lose My Faith by Sting.
Oh, yeah.
Which has almost an identical type of harmonica. You know, we mentioned all the different type of instruments from the 80s. You know, keyboards was bigger back then. Guitar solos, obviously. There's a lot of saxophone solos. I am amazed at how many harmonica songs are during the 80s. Just listen to Culture Club. Karma Chameleon has harmonica. So there's a lot of harmonicas in this. So The Simple Life, we agree, is Elton John's number 1 song. That came from The One, making The One probably his best album because we have 3 songs from that specific album.
Okay, so we'll take it.
We'll say
Our
that.
favorite album from Elton John is The One.
The only song that didn't make it from The One that was a single was The Last Song. All right, so that was our top 10 for Elton John, culminating in The Simple Life. Is it The Simple Life or Simple Life?
The Simple Life.
The Simple Life. All right. Yes, I will mention it. He's our first gay artist.
Okay.
Despite that Hall Notes cover,
Yeah,
they're not gay.
all of us, they're partners, but not that way.
So, next week, we'll have another first. It's our first
Dead? No, black. Okay.
first black singer. Also our first dead singer. So 2 firsts.
Yeah, we've had bands with dead, that we've
Dead
done,
people, but not the lead singer.
Yes.
So this is the first time to complete a good band up, well, in the afterlife. All right, let's just put it
Yeah,
there.
so a high artist in the 80s that's close to our top 10 that's black and has died. You obviously know who that is, right?
Prince.
No, it's
You really like Prince.
Michael Jackson. You know, Prince. He's the prince, but who's higher than a prince? A king, and Michael Jackson is
King
the
of pop.
King of pop.
That's right. So got you there. So yeah, the fact you can do that.
It's been over
A decade, yes.
It's been over a decade. 15 years, maybe?
It was 2008, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was 2008.
I was thinking 2006, but you could be right. It's been over 10 years, that's all I know.
The main thing I know is that Farrah Fawcett died right after that.
Oh, yeah.
Or was it the same day?
week? Same week.
Might have been the same day.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I remember we were at church camp.
Were we?
I was. Me and my wife were at church camp the week it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't know.
Till you got home?
Because at church camp they take
your
away
electronics
our
away.
electronics and we didn't have cell phones.
Interesting.
So we didn't know until that Thursday.
I don't know where I was. It was probably at work. It didn't affect me. I'm not one of those people who you see Michael Jackson and you faint. I've never understood that. Anyways, all that say next week it'll be Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he was in the middle of his comeback tour. So he had
Michael Jackson was?
yeah.
Or trying.
He was going
They
to
were making it as
I
a
don't know.
comeback tour.
There's a movie on it, but I don't know how far he got into the tour. But he was coming back, so
Yeah.
so that it'll be next week.
Michael
So
Jackson.
until then.
We'll see ya. Bye. Bye.